There is a need from the business users to approve or reject transactions directly from reports while ensuring proper audit, control, and traceability of the actions. The data is getting stored in Snowflake and the report is created using Power BI. Traditional BI tools like Power BI are read only, making it challenging to implement such workflows efficiently. There is also a need to avoid additional licensing cost while keeping the solution scalable and production ready. In this demo, I shall show you how to build an approval workflow using Snowflake and Power BI without using Power Apps, using a cost-effective and scalable design. For this demo, I am using Power BI, Snowflake, and VS Code. The Python code can also be written inside Snowflake, but for demo purpose, I am using the VS Code. As required, the Power BI triggers an API. The API writes to an audit table, and Snowflake streams and tasks automatically process and update the main data. So as of now, as you can see, we are in Snowflake. We have a main table. So the name of the main table is sales data. So you can see here, I've created a database, and then inside the database, I have a table called sales data. It's a simple table having ID, customer name, amount, and status. And I have inserted few rows. So these are the rows. We can insert more rows here. So for instance, like I say insert into cells underscore data, and I'm putting some values here. So let me insert one record just to show because I have already tried another. So initially it is pending only. So one row has been inserted. We can check. So our data is inserted there, and so we have verified the data has been inserted. Apart from this sales data, we have one more table. So that is sales approval audit table. Now this table is basically used to ensure full traceability. So this is the table. It will store the information. So if you see this table, so here I have already selected and rejected few items. So it is showing who has done this. That also it is showing at what time the action has been taken. That is also been shown here. Now we need two more queries and or you can say like uh, tasks that we can do here. So I'm creating a stream and task. Now, as you can see here, we have the stream, so sales approval stream on table sales approval audit. What it will do, a Snowflake stream captures changes from the audit table and a task, the second one is task. So it is running every minute to update the main table automatically. So you can see it is scheduled at one minute. Then finally we have a view. Now this view is basically doing lots of things here. So in Power BI, I'm not directly connecting to the base table. Instead, I'm using a Snowflake view, which dynamically prepares the data for reporting. So this view generates approve and reject links. So you can see here, like it will have the link and so whether it is approved or rejected, so that it will ensure. So this is the use of these codes that we have written there. Now let us go to VS Code, where we have written the code for API. So here is the code, and I have installed Fast API and Snowflake connector, and I'm connecting the Snowflake using this code. This code is basically helping us in updating the data, and basically when we are trying to update the data directly, so instead of updating the data directly, this API only inserts approval actions into the audit table. So you can see here like whether it is to approve and whether it is to reject. If there is any error, so it is also handling the exceptions. So it's a simple code written in Python, and I've created it in Visual Studio Code. This code is running and we can trace it on the browser also to check whether it is approve or reject. Here we could store the string, connection string of Snowflake, password and other things in the .env file, and then from there we could use this in the Python code, but then as it is just for demo purposes and the account is also trial, so I'm not taking care of that part, but then for production we could use that type of functionality. Now let us finally go to the Power BI and see what is happening there in Power BI. So in Power BI, I have created the dashboard. Now the view has been dragged here. So I got the data connected from Snowflake, and I have used the server's instance and the user ID and password to connect this. And finally, I have selected a view. So this view has been selected, and I have created on the basis of the view, I have created this table. So you can see ID, customer name, and all these things are coming. We could change these column names and all, but then as of now, I'm not doing these things. Now we have the approval link and rejection link. Both links are there, and whichever have been approved or rejected. So you can see there is no link as of now. So we can customize it. We can customize it for the color combination also. So for example, like whichever are pending, so that's coming in yellow, and if it is approved, so you can see the color combination is showing as green, and if it is rejected, so it is showing as red. Now the next thing I'm doing, like I'm refreshing it. So what will happen now, it will connect to the Snowflake, and then we'll have the updated data. So if you can remember, we have in fact added one new row, and that new row is for Ramesh. So that we have created in Snowflake for this purpose only. Now I am saying here, like, let me uh, reject this. So if suppose I'm rejecting it, so I click this link. You can see here it is saying rejected. And if you go here also you will see this thing, like whether it is rejected or not rejected. But in the Power BI part, if I refresh it, so if you can recall, so what happens there, like we have created a task and that task is getting executed. So now you can see it is rejected. So for Ramesh, we have rejected and it is rejected. So we can see it is not shortlisted or approved. Now, if suppose we are going to the different tables which we have, so for example, like this is our table. So this is the table for audit purposes. So if you scroll, you will see there that it has been rejected. This was rejected, and even if suppose you go to this sales data, so there also for this sales data, I'm executing it. So you can see here for Ramesh it is rejected. So that is how this thing is done. Thank you very much for watching this, and let me know if you have further queries on this.